Hey guys, Allison here. Well, we are talking about freedom this year. That's our big theme for the year. And I want to talk today about the power and freedom of decision. So often we have kind of vague ideas of what we'd like to do, or whatever, or we should do, things, whatever. We never really make a decision to bring it to fruition. And there are some big decisions we need to make in life. Let's say about a vocation, right? What are you going to do with your life? Who are you going to serve? That's the biggest decision. Are you going to serve God or are you going to serve man? And how does that play out? Well, are you going to serve your boss or are you going to serve your family? And even if you own your own business, are you going to serve your clients, your customers, or are you going to serve your family? Now, serving your family involves supporting your family, so you do have to sometimes make sacrifices or do things for work that will impact your family. Maybe you have to travel, or maybe you have to work extra long hours at times. But we all need to make a decision. Is this working for me overall? If, let's say, your work involves travel all the time and that your family's hurting, your spouse is hurting, it's not working, there's conflict in your family, you have to make a decision about that. Now, on a regular basis, on a daily basis, when we make decisions, we get more done. All right, so if you plan out your day, give me an example in my life. If I have a weekend and I haven't planned what I'm doing, I feel very unsettled and I kind of waste the time and I feel very frustrated. Now, there are some weekends that I plan, particularly on a Sunday, to do nothing. To be a lazy slug, to lay out by the pool, read a book, not cook, whatever it is. I've made that decision. I can embrace it, and it's a wonderful day when I do that. But on the days where I haven't really figured out what I want to do I want to do a little cooking in the morning? Do I need to go to the store? Am I going to do a project in the house? I kind of left it too nebulous, and it's not a day that I want to just sit by the pool. It's horrible. All right, it's a waste. So again, it's okay to plan some days where you're not doing anything, and that's a plan, right? But the power and freedom of that decision, especially, again, if you look at your to-do list, I've decided that these are my top 3 priorities today. And now that I've decided that, and I've decided when to do them and how to get them done, I'm going to feel really satisfied. All right, and I'm going to feel free. Even though doing those things might kind of limit my freedom, because maybe there's other things I want to do. I'd rather do nothing, or I'd rather go to the movies, but I know I need to get this done. There is so much power in making decisions. Now, if you struggle with that, if you find yourself in indecision a lot, or maybe you've had a dream, or you've had an idea of something you'd like to do, maybe start a business, or volunteer for a cause, or some craft hobby, whatever it is, and you're not getting there, that's when you want to think about enlisting the help of a coach that can help you to kind of discern what you really want to do. All right, maybe what you feel called to do, and there might be some spiritual direction involved in that as well. Like, what is God calling me to? But then how can I actually get this done? How can I actually lay out action steps to get it done? And let's say you're living in a really disorganized household, and you got a lot of kids in this. You may not think it's like a big thing that you need coaching for, but it might be really helpful on a short-term basis to say, I need a coach. I got to figure out how to get all this done because it's constantly bugging me. Or maybe it's something bigger. Or, again, if you're in a life transition, we need to make decisions. Now, one of the things that scares us about decisions, it might be a commitment when we're not sure of something. You can always make new decisions. Isn't that great news? All right, let's say I decide, hey, I'm going to try this hobby. I really start to hate it. Well, I can make a decision to start another hobby, right? Sometimes, we feel like we got to finish everything. Sometimes no, if we feel like it's not the right thing. But the freedom of making a decision, sticking with it, laying out those action steps and actually accomplishing it is really satisfying. And it really can reduce a lot of our inner turmoil, our kind of negative self-talk when we make a decision. So like I said, this is where enlisting the help of a coach can be so empowering. You know, guys, we are called to make a big impact in the world. Right? As Christians, we have something to bring to the world, to civilize it, to bring love, to bring truth. And we may not be living up to that potential, and a lot of times it's indecision. It's lack of clarity of what we're supposed to do. And that's what a coach can help you to figure out. We need to set the world on fire. All right, God is calling us. We need to set the world on fire for good. And you will feel so empowered when you're kind of in a dance with the Holy Spirit, doing what you've been called to do, when you're actually making decisions and accomplishing it. You would not believe how empowering it is and how happy and satisfied you can be. So I hope you'll think about that. Get on CatholicLifeCoaches.com. There's different kinds of coaching available. There's business coaching. There's general life coaching, like an overview of your life. There's health coaches. There's a lot of different aspects of coaching that could be really helpful to you, figuring out what you need. Most coaches, in fact all of them, will offer you a free discovery call to see how can this help me? Because I know it's sometimes hard to kind of imagine it, but it can be so empowering. And man, we need to change the world right now. We really need to change the world right now. So I hope you'll consider that. There's a great free report on CatholicLifeCoaches.com that you can download called Live a Life of Purpose and Joy, How a Catholic Life Coach Can Move You from Ordinary to Extraordinary. So link is below the video. Feel free to download it. If you know somebody who could use this message, please like and share the video. I always appreciate that. God bless you.